Hello, my name is Jacqueline Burke. Our team is Team Ladybug, and we will discuss resistance and communication as it relates to the company Amazon. In this video, you will learn the reason for resistance to change. What are the potential causes of resistance in the organization? How to create a plan for minimizing possible resistance to Amazon management plan. Elaborating on the relationships between resistance to change and communication. Communication strategies. Recommending communication strategies that will fit and benefit Amazon. How to create a solid communication plan for Amazon change initiative. Hope you receive some valuable information about how to implement change and communication strategies in an organization from this presentation.
Hello, my name is Alicia Fuquay, and I'll be diagnosing the reason for resistance to change. It is difficult for an organization to avoid change as new ideas promote growth for them and their members. Change occurs for many reasons, such as new employee roles, increase or decrease in funding, I had it earlier.
Where's the word? I don't have my glasses on. Acquisition.
Acquisitions of new technology, new missions, visions, or goals, and to reach new members or clients. Changes can create new opportunity, but are often met with criticism from resistant individuals within the group. In organizations, it is important for managers to carefully think through what the specific change includes, who the change will impact, how it will impact them, how they might react. Knowing these things make it easy to create a plan of action for a smooth implementation of the change. I will be discussing some reasons for resistance to change in Amazon. In the company Amazon, one of the biggest changes that need to be implemented is a work-life balance, which will set some standards and boundaries for the company. These standards would include FMLA, which is family medical leave, emergency leave, and sick leave. It will ensure that employees' jobs will be secure for these reasons. Some of the employees that has become systematic and their lives is strictly about Amazon, these employees typically be the ones that will resist the change. A reason for resistance to change in Amazon would be due to the fact of misunderstanding about the need for change. If staff do not understand the need for the change and how beneficial the change will be. Another reason is fear of the unknown. This is the most common. People will only take active steps towards the unknown if they genuinely believe that the risks of standing still are greater than those of moving forward in the direction. Poor communication is one of the main problems in an organization. Change within an organization starts with key decision makers. It is up to them to pass along the details to the team and to ensure all questions and complaints are handled before changes took into effect. Unfortunately, as news of a change spreads throughout the hierarchies, details are sometimes screwed and members end up receiving inaccurate and secondhand information. Poor communication, therefore, can cause resistance to change. Amazon has a great benefit and award system, but it is a catch to it. When you become employed at Amazon, they will offer you a sign-on bonus. If you decide to leave the company before a year, you will have to pay back the whole sign-on bonus. But if you decide to stay a little longer, say for instance, if you stay a year or longer, you would still be liable to pay back partial or percentage of that sign-on bonus. I feel that this is unfair and an unethical reason for Amazon to have this in place. These are just a few of the reasons for resistance to change in Amazon, but I hope that you understand the diagnosis and the reasons for resistance to change from the examples I have given you.
Good evening. My name is Trisha Benning, and I am going to talk to you tonight about identifying potential causes of resistance and plan for minimizing possible resistance within Amazon. Innovation is inextricably linked with the process of being an effective leader, and leaders are charged with bringing new ideas, methods, or solutions into use. Innovation means change, and change requires leadership. Leaders must know how to deal with emotions that result from the fear and chaos associated with change. Putting new processes in place will not be enough. The people supporting these proposed changes must be motivated to meet the challenge and support the change. To do this, leaders must maintain a balance between a clear understanding of the present and a clear focus on the future. Amazon is known for its crushing work hours, intense internal scrutiny from coworkers and supervisors alike, as well as being a dominating e-commerce organization. In order to facilitate an improved new culture within Amazon, a new vision must be established from senior leaders within the organization. It must be efficiently, frequently communicated within the workforce in different forms in order to reach all employees, such as emails, bulletins, meetings, etc. If the organizational culture change is not communicated clearly to all, they will not be receptive to the changes and why they are vital to the organization. The leader's first act is to create an organizational climate conducive to change by explaining the limitations and shortfalls of the present process and the possibilities and benefits of the proposed change. The leader should also help facilitate the change by walking employees through the change, explain the details, and answer questions. Finally, the leader should reward those who comply with the change and refocus those that do not. Amazon currently has an anonymous feedback system in which any employee at any time can call a hotline and report lackluster performance, personnel conflicts, or other perceived slights that they feel compelled to report. Oftentimes, this system is used to manipulate and sabotage other employees. One recommendation to facilitate positive change would to change this anonymous type system to report those that are not embracing the new changes. However, it is our belief that the negative connotation with Amazon's ingrained system will only continue to perpetuate distrust, uncertainty, and hesitation to embrace organizational changes. It will require a sizable, observable, and honest approach from the very senior leaders within the organization in order for employees to believe that this system is a positive avenue to communicate. Another cause of resistance regarding change within an organization are that ingrained employees are not willing to change. How many times have we heard, if it isn't broke, don't fix it? Or, this is the way that we've always done it before. These are just a few common statements by those that are resistant to change. It may be beneficial to change the hiring process in order to attract people who fit the new vision and not the old. Lastly, another cause of resistance may be the lack of recognition for positive performance. It would be beneficial to reward and promote those employees that are embracing change and utilize them as mentors and trainers to those that are struggling or avoiding the changes. There must be a way to monitor organizational changes to ensure that they are being implemented. The new vision must be continually communicated to new employees, and leaders must be patient with current employees as they work through incorporating the changes. They must remain vigilant and understand that it will take time. However, it should become second nature to all employees.
Hi, my name is Maria McKinney, and I'm going to elaborate on the relationship between resistance to change and communication. Expecting resistance to change and planning for it from the start of your change management program will allow you to effectively manage objections. Understanding the most common reasons people object to change gives you the opportunity to plan for your strategies and how to plan for your change as well. It is not possible to be aware of all sources and the resistance to change. Expecting that there will be resistance to change and being prepared to manage it is a proactive step. Recognizing behaviors that indicate possible resistance will raise awareness to the need of the changes as well. We have 12 typical resistance to change steps. You have misunderstanding about the fear of the unknown, lack of competence, connected to the old ways, low trust, temporary fades, not being consulted, poor communication, change routines, exhaustion, change to the status quos, and benefits and rewards. Expecting resistance to changes and planning for it from the start of your change management program will allow you to effectively manage objections. Not dealing proactively is the pitfall, but there are many other common mistakes. With that being said, we have to evaluate the 3 communication strategies. Even though, of course, there are more communication strategies out there, we're only going to focus on 3 of those. The first one would be the verbal communication, which you speak with your employees, your supervisors, and your management team on the changes that are going to be implemented. The second one would be your written communication, which you send out memos, emails, and you inform everyone in writing of those changes that are going to take place. You have your nonverbal communication, which is basically an email or some type of memo that's being sent out in writing, letting them know of the implementing changes. And then you have your physical nonverbal communication, which is just your body language, facial expressions, your eye contact, your gestures, your pointed fingers, and your overall body movements. These are all considered body languages. These are all considered communication strategies that we implement on a daily basis. And these are the things that we need to elaborate when we deal with customers as well as employees. In Amazon, I'm pretty sure that these all are taking place, and these are all methods of communication that is being done throughout the company and with the higher ups as well as the management teams and the employees themselves.
Hello, my name is Barbrita, and I'm from the Ladybugs, and I'm going to talk about communication strategy and a communication plan. Whether you need to communicate general day-to-day information or big news about major changes in your organization, the best communication starts with good planning. The first step is to put yourself in the shoes of your audience. What do they need to know and what to hear? What's their preferred way of receiving information? What would stop them listening to what you have to say? And how will you know that they have got the message? So there's quite a bit more to good communication than preparing a good memo or a presentation. This tool will help you through the preparation steps, and so help you create an audience focused communication plan that's sure to get your message heard. Communication plan. After managers have evaluated the situation and decided that improvements are necessary, they analyze which changes will improve productivity or increase profits. Good managers develop a communication plan to explain the proposed change initiatives to their staff. Early and effective communication helps to get more employees to support the change as well as address any fears or objections. Several factors will help to relay the new information in the manner that respects your staff. I'm going to go through the statements. I'm not going to read them all, but the first thing in your plan, you should always have a mission statement. Then methods of communication, terminology, so the employees can know what you're talking about, because some might not understand different words that you're using. You should have results, quality information, and open communication. An example of communication tactics are face-to-face meetings, CEO memos to employees, and brown bag lunches, and so forth.
Now that you've heard all the information about Amazon, They're resistant to change and communication strategies. I hope you take into consideration ways to help your organization implement change properly with the input of the employees and also create effective communication strategies. We just want to leave you with this quote or quotes to include in this video. The first step toward change is awareness. The second step is acceptance. 2, people want change, but not too much change. Finding that balance is trickery for every politician. The difference between what we are doing and what we are capable of doing would solve most of the world's problems. So I'm hoping that this would help you if you're ever faced with change within your company like the Amazon people did.